This place. Yeah. So yes, we are soon approaching the time when I will get to start doing stuff. Would love to see someone cosplay it with pink hair. I bet there are people who have. I would be surprised if there was not some pictures of that out there. No, wait, that one doesn't open. What? Where's the... Here we go. Yeah, we did have the Light World dungeons. We're doing our first Dark World dungeon, and then we're gonna mix some stuff up. I think I'll do my preferred path, which is... You do 1, and then you do 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 7. That's the way I like to do it. You go away. Ugh. There are pictures of that. See? I mean, people have known about it forever. It's not like it was some secret that just showed up there. Yeah, here's the other place when I was trying my randomizer run when I just was like, ugh, I give up. I was like, okay, I can do this Palace of Darkness because I have the hammer and the lantern on a different run. And then I got in here, I'm like, oh, right, that guy. I don't have a bow. And it didn't randomize the key, so I didn't have that, so I couldn't go further. And there's a glitch you can use to get past that room, but I don't remember it. And I tried looking it up, and I couldn't find it easily, so whatever. We're playing this instead. One of the other things I think would be fun to do is play all of the Zelda games in chronological order. Game chronological. Trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say? Storyline chronological order. And then just, you know, once you get to Ocarina of Time, you just kind of have to make a decision about which timeline to play as it splits off until they all gather again in the end. But would I do the splits? Oh, I would. Like, I figure what you could do is you make you save it right before the Ganon fight. You know, you go into it, die, and be like, timeline 1, and then you play this and Link 1, Link 2. Well, this Link's Awakening, Link 1, Link 2. Legend of Zelda, I should say. It's not Link 1 and 2. Give Zelda her proper credit. And then be like, and here's... Well, I've always decided which way the split would make sense. In a way, it makes sense to do Twilight Princess first, because you're continuing from the last one you see. Because, you know, you kill him, go back in time, and then it shows you, like, the very end credits are you coming to Zelda as a kid again. So doing Majora's Mask from there, since that is the same Link. That's, you know, one of the actual sequels. Which way do we want to do this? I don't remember. You know, then it's like, well, okay, you do that, and then Twilight Princess, and then are you just like, well... And then Link died, and you do that one, you know, and then do Wind Waker, or... There's just not a good way to do it. You know, it's like, do you start with the actual Link you have there, or do you save that one for last? You know, do you start with the alternate history where Link died, or do you start with that one first? Or, wait, I said start. Do you start with it or end with it? You know, it's... And also, that would be a lot of games. And some of those games are not short. Like, yeah, this game will, I think, will finish on this stream. I feel like as a kid, it took like 6 hours for me to do this game. Let's see. I mean, heck, I'll stream the whole thing if it takes 6, even though I only stream for 4 normally. Because I like to do perfect saves eventually. Because in this game, the one thing that's annoying is... often, like, in going forward in some of the Zelda games, you'd have, you know, a counter at the start screen, which is like how many times you've died. Well, this game, that counter includes restarts, or like save and quit. Like if you save and quit, it counts it as a death. And so as a, you know, as a kid, it didn't matter because I was just a little kid, so who cares? You know, getting into like middle school and high school and stuff. Go through there. Yeah, this room is one you well, not often, but sometimes have to do dark in randomizers if you want to get the stuff. And this one, I need a map for. Cannot do this one. What was I even talking about? Oh, games? Some of them are long. Oh, yeah, so... like middle school, high school, I'd do this in one sitting so I could have a perfect 0 death save file. But you know, other games, like not even just like obviously Breath of the Wild, big open world game, takes a long time if you're doing everything, which I like to do for Zelda. It's like 100%ing things. But even not counting open world, like Skyward Sword, not very short. I mean, there's some sort of like the pseudo open world of, oh, what was the name of the Wind Waker sequel? Phantom Hourglass and then Spirit Tracks. You know, they're not open world games, but you do a lot more stuff like on the open map. And like Wind Waker is, you know, a traditional-ish Zelda. It's not open world per se, but like part of the fun of that for me, which is some reason some people didn't like it, is like the sailing between spots. And it's just like you're out on this gigantic open ocean without a lot there. It's empty. And I thought that was kind of cool because, you know, it's representative. And other people are like, "Bleh, this is boring." I don't know. I will save that as a maybe if I become a massive successful streamer and enough people want it, I'd do the whole thing. Let's keep our lantern facing forward, shall we? For that matter, I could even read the, like, the official, well, not, like the official prequel to Skyward Sword manga, because I've never even read it, and it tells the story of essentially why Hylia chose Link to be her champion. And that's the original Link, the Red Scarf Link. Because he has a fetching red scarf, apparently. Come on. Come on. Eh. That's right. Yeah, that Link was sweet. He was just like a dude who was fighting for Hylia, and like all the humans betrayed him and like looked down on him, and he's like, I don't care, I'm still gonna fight for Hylia. And Hylia's like, that guy's cool. And thus he became the chosen hero. And the rest was history. Also, because it'd be fun to do it all the games, because like seeing what relationship between Link and Zelda in all these games, because, you know, sometimes, you know, like this one, you're just the hero saving the princess. And then, you know, in other ones, you're... I mean, like, in other ones that she hardly ever deals with. Like, the end of Zelda 2, you know, she gives you a smooch because it's old, you know, early 90s Nintendo and you save the princess, so of course. But, you know, that seems more like the princess bestowing the favor to the knight type of thing. On the other hand, stuff like Skyward Sword is one of the most blatant, like, you actually, like each other. You like each other. Pass this note to Zelda. Does she like me? Yes or no? Circle one. I mean, and then you have, like, you know, Tetra and Link. It's certainly suggested that, you know, they might have started the new Hyrule bloodline. Which always then kind of weirded me out until I learned that... Because it's certainly... It's not explicitly stated, but it is implied. Well, maybe, I don't know. I was under the impression that Tetra and Link from Wind Waker are the great-grandparents or whatever of Zelda from Spirit Tracks. Because they went and founded this new land. And I was always like, but, like, the Link and Zelda, because, like, you could actually play as Zelda in some, like, puzzle-solving sections in Spirit Tracks. She actually had stuff to do. A Legend of Zelda game where you can play as Zelda. What? Yeah, this guy. So as a kid, I thought you had to bomb his mask, and so if you ran out of bombs, you were just out of luck. And it's certainly, like, you know, one bomb took off part. You use the hammer, the thing you got in this dungeon. It's just that it takes, you know, what, 4 hits? But yeah, Spirit Tracks, Link and Zelda, like, oh my gosh, guys, they hold hands. But I was like, wait, is that getting kind of, are you related? And no, the Link in there is, like, I guess the spirit of Link is not a bloodline thing, that's just inherited by the next Link. As opposed to, like, the Zelda Hylia bloodline is an actual bloodline. And now you can also see why when I played Tunic, I'm like, this gives me massive Link to the Past vibes. You have to get your red and blue and green thing to unlock something. And then you've got the person in a crystal. Because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden. But because Ganon, the boss of thieves, wished it, the world was transformed. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building, his power here. It's just, I've got the hiccups after being in this crystal so long. Oh, that'd be a terrible, like, you're sentenced to, like, you're magically sealed in a crystal and it gives you hiccups? Oh, that'd be bad. Oh yeah, he's trying to open a larger gate between worlds near the castle using our powers, but the gate's not open completely yet. If we 7 maidens come together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon, blah 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 blah. I will return to my original form at that time. I mean, you kind of look like you're in your original form, just inside a crystal. Unless, okay, that'd be cool, like a newer remake, if they did it. Which I don't think they need to do. This game is perfect as is, but if you're literally just talking to a crystal and it's like the facets are reflecting, you know, this reflected shaky image of a person. And that, you know, they're not even actually there. Cool idea, bro. Yeah, also, I guess, so going with all that timeline talk from earlier. So, Ocarina of Time was their version of what this game said happened. Obviously, there are some differences. Like, the 7 wise men didn't seal Ganon away. The Zelda and all the sages did. And, you know, they say there was a war to get into the Golden Land, which, like, I mean, you were fighting Ganon to stop him, but, you know, unless there was a war while you were sleeping. But it kind of just implies that, like, he went in when you did, got the power, and was like, haha, I've got power now, and just sort of invaded Hyrule. And there was, like, you know, they fought him and eventually lost, and that's why they all fled to Kakariko, the survivors, but... wait, I need to go this way. You know, there wasn't a war to, like, get the golden power. It was just Ganon said, I got the Triforce of Courage. Because no one here to stop me. So, you know, there... And you could say, like, okay, well, you know, it's lost to the histories of time, but... Oh, 300. Well, I guess we're gonna go pay a visit to the ferry again. But yeah, I know some people were like, oh, that game was supposed to be like this? And some people are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And other people were annoyed by it. And others like, it's sort of like a retelling. Who knows? If you just assume that there was an army, like, trying to invade the Golden Land after Ganon got it, it fits well enough. And here. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, they weren't 7 wise men, it was Zelda and the sages, but of course, like, there's no Gorons anymore. There aren't any, like, the River Zora all attack you. They're not like, you know, the Zora of old. You know, there are no Kokiri. So it could just be like, well, you know, the sages, if they all, you know, pass the sage magic to other humans, aliens. Well, humans as it would go, yeah. Then, you know, maybe it's just they're telling, they just assumed it was always the humans and they don't know about these other races. On the other hand, it's like 3 or 4 generations, Sahasrahla said. That's not that long a time. Like, I did say, like, you know, in Breath of the Wild, the fact they're like the events... Okay, so bombs, you see, went from 40 up to 50, so that means we are maxed on bomb capacity. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, like, you know, you are in stasis for 100 years and then come out, and that works great, because, you know, stuff is relatively the same, and, you know, some people are even alive that were then, you know. But then they're like, the stuff that happened before you were in stasis was like 10,000 years ago, and I'm like, that seems kinda a long time. Well, this is kind of like the opposite of that. This is kind of like a short time. Like, we forgot the story to the mists of history, and like 4 generations, like, is what, at most 400 years, give or take. I mean, we don't know how long people live, but... Like, nowadays, like, yes, we don't know exactly what happened in the 1600s, but we have records, like, clearly there is writing. We're not like, there was some war that happened a while ago, but we don't really know the like, we know which country fought which country. It wasn't... Which is one reason I think I recall reading why Breath of the Wild is so far in the future is because then it doesn't matter what they do. And they just say like, well, if anything doesn't match up, it's because it was so long ago. But then they included references to all the Zeldas, and people are like, oh my goodness, that means they must all be connected again. So they open their own can of worms. I'm just talking to fill time while I do this. I can't say that I miss the future games version of just get a bigger bomb bag, get a bigger quiver. Whether it's in a mini game or just buying it at the store. I mean, I guess you'd have to do that, what, Pizza Hut and like Twilight Princess, you have to donate to the charity for the, you know, restoration or refugees or whatever it is. And after you donate like 5,000, he's like, oh, hooray, I'm so happy, and you get a Pizza Hut. All right, we'll be back once we get 100 rupees. Want to go to Dungeon 4, but there is a thing over here I want to get first. I want to do the... Oh, I can't even afford it. Never mind. Well, we're going to Dungeon 4. So, the reason... I'll go Dark World. It'll be easy to explain. The reason why everyone's like, oh, well, you have to go to Dungeon 2 next. I will show you. Because, you know, you got into the Dark World by Aghanim sending you there, and then once you get pulled in at the end of the fight, this is now a portal. Because he's trying to, you know, merge the world so the army can invade. And you start here. Now, good on you. Like, up there we did. That was the catfish lake. Monster catfish that gave us Quake Medallion. Over here, Eastern Palace. Eh. Dang it. Go away, dude. Thank you. And then you come down here. You know, it cuts off at Lake Hylia. I'm not gonna bother going down, but where we, you know, jumped off at the bottom, like, it dead ends there. You can't get to the right side. I mean, like, there's a cave, but there's nothing over there. So you're like, okay, well, down there is Dungeon 2. And you try and go this way. Oh, I should get this one. Also, these trees with eyes. Wow, I haven't seen a normal person in a few hundred years. Let me talk to you for a while. I once lived in the Lost Wood, blah, blah, blah. And this guy's just like, yeah, get out of here. Ow. Ow. Now, before I show you how everything is supposedly cut off, let's get this. Hiya. After wandering into this world, I turned into this shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small grove where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. I buried my flute there with some flower seeds. Would you try and find it? Yep. Well, then here's my shovel. Oh. I never went here as a... in the light world, so I'll show you what happens. Go away, dude. Fine, we're gonna go down here. Get our piece of heart. Piece of heart. Woo. Now I actually want Dark World access, so I'm not gonna just jump off. Since your portal just, the mirror portal stays wherever you left it. Also, a lot of people being like, Ocarina of Time did, like, you know, the tennis with Ganon first. No, that came from this game. You know what also came from this game before Ocarina of Time? An ocarina. I'm frozen in place. I have to listen to it. They call it a flute. You'll notice that is not a flute. So yeah, this game had an ocarina first. Granted, this one didn't give you time powers, it gave you flying duck powers, but... Thanks, but it looks like I can't play anymore. Please take it. If by chance you go to the village I lived in, please give it to a tired old man you'll find there. Oh, my mind's getting hazy. Please, let me hear the sound of the flute one last time. And the flute boy turns into a tree. Poor flute boy. Oh, so yeah, this was a gambling house where this is like, you pay money, you choose one of 3 treasure chests, and you either get, you know, the same or less or more in the light world. And here, you get a cool target practice. I'll try it. See if I can get enough to play the other game. Yeah, you start with 4 and then it doubles if for every successive hit. Oh. So you can actually make a lot of money here. It's just, yeah, well, oh well. And then you think like, oh, I'll talk to him, except then he's just like, you want to play again? Yeah, so there's this dark rock here. And my gloves can't lift it. And so that's why you're like, well, I need to go to Dungeon 2, get the hook shot, then I can cross the river that's north of the bridge with the hook shot. And you could do all of that. That is certainly a possibility, yes. And I'll come in here, because I have the hammer. Yeah. The Dwarven Blacksmiths. Except there's only one. If my lost partner returns... So she's a dwarf. Yeah, if my lost partner returns, you can temper your sword, but now I can't do it. I can't do anything for it. Apparently dwarves are pirates. Arr. Return me last partner to me, and I'll temper your sword. This guy. I've never known what his deal is, but... Hey, blast you for waking me from my deep, dark sleep. I mean, thanks a lot, sir. But now I'll get my revenge on you. Get ready for it. If that's okay with you. I laugh at your misfortune. Now your magic power will drop by 1/2. Congratulations. Now do your best, even though I'm sure it won't be enough. Have a nice day. See you. Why is there a, like, Sundari bat that upgrades your magic to only use half? Like, it says, like, it will drop by 1/2, but what he means is it takes half the amount to use, so you effectively just doubled your magic meter. And that guy is not explained at all. He just is what he is. All right, so as you later learn, that rock up there has a portal, but dark rock, I don't have a thing to lift that. I guess I have to go get the hook shot. To which I say, oh, do you? Also, I like that they know, like, it's annoying, but at the same time, you know, you shoot your sword beam at full health and it makes this wub 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 sound, and they hear it. They're not, like, they're just like, what was that? Who needs to do Dungeon 2? So, shirt high. Quit bothering me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now there's a couple things to get here first. One is a lot of money. And there's a mini game that we'll have to play to get a piece of heart. This is Thieves Town. Like, people will tell you if you look about stuff. And that's why there's a bunch of thieves just sitting around the place trying to steal from you. I think you're a shop. Are you a shop? Yes. Go away. Thank you. Alright. And in here. Nope. And we get another 300 rupees. Hooray. Yeah, you're a thief. Trying to steal my stuff. If they bump into you, just like the ones in the forest, it just knocks a random amount of like money and bombs and arrows loose. Open 2 chests for 30 rupees. All right. Well, time for an AMA because it is completely random. There's a piece of heart. And like maybe there's some way to manipulate the RNG to... But if there is, I don't know it. To my knowledge, the way you get the piece of heart is you pay him over and over. And eventually you'll get it. And so I just picked the same ones because just in case they rotate. You know, if it isn't just luck, eventually they'll end up there. And if it is just luck, it doesn't matter which one to open. There you go. That wasn't that bad. Alright, a few things we want to do. We'll leave this here. First. No. It's actually this house, I think. So, this chicken... What? You turned me into a human. I can even speak. Ah, it must be you who's always teasing my friends. The weathercock is always watching you harass them. Well, this human shape is uncomfortable for me. Ah, I want to be a chicken again. Bah! Don't worry, you're a chicken again. See? Boop, you're back to normal. Conversely... Oh, she's not here anymore. The old lady who's like sits out here, if you talk to her, she's like, they say you kidnapped Zelda, but I believe you're innocent. And if you throw magic powder on her, she turns into a fairy. And then in the end credits, when you see her, she'll turn into a fairy in the credits. But I guess it's too late. I blew another brain about Chicken Lady. Glad to be blowing so many brains, but yes. So that's the other thing if you didn't know. Old lady that's just standing here sweeping. Sprinkle dust on her, she turns into a fairy. And then in the credits, when it's panning over Kakariko, you'll see her, and then she goes whoop and turns into a foot. Alright. This is the guy who's like, I lost my boy. Is this my son's flute? Did you meet my son? Is he alright? Oh, I see. Well, I can tell what you want to say by the look in your eyes. Will you keep the flute? Will you play its sweet melody for the bird in the village square? I beg of you, please. My son would probably want it this way. Still, I wish I could see him once more. Don't worry. I'm gonna get the Triforce power of creation left by the gods of the universe and fix everything. Here is the only other time. You hear it when you play it for the kid in the forest, and you hear it the full song here. Otherwise, normally you just hear just that. Magic duck. And now, I can get around the map a lot faster. Oh, blue. So first, we are gonna go get our final arrow upgrade. Because we have 799 rupees. We are about to run out of a use for them. Well, I could buy some blue potions. Get rid of 2 of the fairies, replace them with blue potions. Yes. You became happier by 1 step. You're gonna have great luck. Yeah. I'm gonna find a bunch more arrows. Arrows. And then if you throw more in and she gives you some, like if you try to ask for an increase to capacity for something you've already maxed, she'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. Gives you your money back. And she's like, have you visited my sister at the Waterfall of Wishing? And where we did the boomerang and the shield up here. And berries. Boink. Boink. Be free. It is kind of weird that blue is... So there is, there are some people out there who are really annoyed that green is magic and blue is both, because, like, green is always... Or, like, blue is always magic in other games. Red is health, blue is magic. Which, like, yeah, I guess in terms of other games, it is the odd liar out, but, like, your magic bar is literally green. So I've always thought that's kind of silly. That's true. Why do they blue is both? Like, why not make it, like, purple? Like, yeah, red and green doesn't make purple, but I guess red and green would make brown, since they're opposites. You're magically sealed in a crystal and it gives you hiccups? Oh, that'd be bad.